Wait, do we want to see a spanking?
Of course they're gonna say yes. You think they're gonna say no to that?
No. Yeah. Okay. All right. Show me those ass cheeks.
Make some noise! Fantastic. My name is Andy True. It's an absolute honor to be your MC throughout today and tomorrow. Let me tell you about our amazing first guests today. Well, first of all, welcome to Pyrmont Theatre. Our guests today are two long-running anime YouTubers. He talks and reviews online, previously known as the Anime Zone, and it's 1/3 of an anime podcast on YouTube, as most of you will know. She is an enthusiast for anime, manga, light novels, and visual novels as well, and has earned her title of Queen in the anime YouTuber space. These two have met and become an AniTubers power couple, and we're so happy for them as well. And they're here today at Smash 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. and Mrs. GIgguk and SydSnap.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello, Australia.
Well, first of all, Gun, Sydney, massive congratulations on just getting married.
Thank you very much.
Just for anyone, probably one person that doesn't know who you are today, could you introduce yourselves?
Sure, well, you did such an amazing introduction for us already. I don't know what more I can add. Hi, I'm GIgguk, aka Gant, aka The Anime Zone. I'm an anime YouTuber who does anime content, and I also have a podcast called Trash Taste, which is an anime podcast, as you all know.
Hi, my name is Sydney, aka SydSnap. I talk about weird things on YouTube, and I don't know where to go from there.
Was it you were called the Queen of YouTube or of AniTube,
Oh yeah,
right?
I was like, that's the first. When he said that, I'm like, that's the first. I'm Queen of AniTube. I'll take it, but I would say my title is probably
Well,
more.
say your real title.
I'm not
Come
gonna
on.
say it.
Say it.
It's Queen of Degeneracy.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being here. I guess we'll get straight into it. You both have your own respective YouTube channels. What got you into anime, and why did you decide to share it online?
Do you want to take this one first?
Oh, sure. I mean, like, to be fair, my YouTube was made by somebody when I was like in 2007. She wanted to make like YouTube videos and just wanted me to subscribe. So I did it, but then I started getting really like weebly obsessed with anime. And I was like, oh my god, I want to be a voice actress. I want to be like the anime character. And then I just started making, my first YouTube videos were auditioning for like Fanime, which is, you know, like, if you don't remember like the OG YouTube days, you don't know what Fanime is. Just like people making their own little anime on Paint. and then it just...
Like a Draw My Life kind of thing?
Well, kind of, but it's like their own anime, but they drew it on Paint. And then I just rolled into talking about anime, sweat, and poo, and...
Yeah, I mean, mine's kind of the same without the sweat and poo.
I said porn, but I said it really weird.
Okay. Totally misheard you there. But yeah, I mean, like many people, I got into anime through like Toonami, Dragon Ball, all that kind of stuff. And how I got into YouTube was when I was, I believe, 17, studying for my A-levels. I had a maths exam the next day. I thought, what better way to spend my time not revising for my exam, but just making my first YouTube video. Because I was bored and I didn't want to study at all. And that's how I made my first YouTube video. I scripted it, recorded it all in a day, and put it up on YouTube. And I still managed to pass the maths exam, so that's good. Yeah.
Got the brains. Well, tell us a bit about what you guys were shooting on back then for your first couple of videos and your production back then.
Production is a
like,
strong
that's a very
word.
strong. Literally was just like a rock star mic. Like that's literally.
Yeah, I think I had like a $5 Logitech mic and I used Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even have anime clips. So my first review was like a Bleach review. And I did it using like still images of Google Images that I just posted into Windows Movie Maker, which I don't even believe exists now on like Windows machines. They like phased it out because it was so useless. And that was the extent of my production. And yeah, that was 15 years ago now. So yeah, it's been a long time.
Was there anyone online back then that you drew inspiration from, or was it just like all new territory for you?
Honestly, like for me, I would say Zero Punctuation, like Yahtzee, if anyone knows that. He's very old school right now. What about you?
It was very brand new territory for me, and there's nobody really to launch from. So
You just went from the heart, right?
just went from the heart.
Well, guys, speaking of the heart, tell us a bit about how you guys met.
Honey, you say it. You tell the story best. You tell the story best, honey.
So like I said, I initially did voice acting stuff on YouTube, and I did a lot of something called an abridged series. A lot of them. I voiced in a lot of them. And this guy just emailed me one day and was just like, hey, I'm doing an Evangelion abridged. And I'm like, no, I'm too good for this guy to be a voice in his random abridged series. But then I was just like, hey, whatever, I'll do it. And then just the rest is history, I suppose.
Yeah, what made you say yes? Because I know you were like, so how I found Sydney was I needed someone who could scream and shout a lot. And hearing some of Sydney's works, if any of you are familiar with her YouTube videos,
I do that
she's even louder in real life than
I
she is in
am.
her videos.
I am, yeah. I won't.
And so I emailed her, and I sent like a very formal, like almost like a business email to voice in this very amateur bridge series. And you almost said no.
I did.
What made you say yes?
To be fair, I almost said no because I had this weird thing where I'm like, oh, I don't like to voice, and I already did an abridged series of this anime. I don't want to be in another one. And I was in this other lesser known channels one, and then I was like, but you know, I want to try voicing a main character because this is such a stupid reason looking back. I was, to be fair, I was like 16 at the time, but like, yeah, that's why I said yes. It's because I'm like, why not? Okay, there you go. Are you pleased now?
Yeah, okay, I'm pleased. I'm pleased. So yeah, I mean, I guess we got to know each other
After a few years.
After a few years. And then like 3 or 4 years later, we decided to meet in real life because I was going to America for a convention, and yeah, the rest is history, I guess. Yeah.
What was the moment when you were like, she's the love of my life?
I think for me, it was definitely when he's like, what was it? You said something about being like, oh, he's like, you're a hard guy. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What? Wait. What are you talking about?
No, it's like doing like a Skype call and you're like helping me with lines. And he's like, oh, what was it? It's something, you know, because he's like being hard and like,
I never said that. This is slander right now.
No.
This is absolute slander.
Because in England, being hard is like you're strong. And he's like, oh, you know, like, but I'm like, obviously as an American, I'm like, being hard? But then you just sound like you're just so charismatic about it. So I was like, oh, my guy, oh, right over here.
What I was going to say, nothing to do with being hard at all. Okay. I don't even remember this conversation, so I'm going to assume that you're just making this up as we go along.
Well, like I forget,
I'm
you
just
son of
joking,
a bitch.
But I remember, I think it was the 4th episode of the Abridged series, and she had already recorded her lines, and then we had to like retake like 2 lines or something like that. It was only like 2 lines, and we got on a Skype call to retake it. And to retake these 2 lines, it took us like 2 days, because we just ended up having like hours and hours of conversations, and we're like, oh, should we record the lines? And we were just like, nah,
no.
let's just keep talking. And then eventually we got the lines recorded, but I think that was the time that we really
definitely.
started to get along.
Definitely. Those lines and those episodes were filled with love, the bludgeoning of romance.
Nothing to add to that.
No.
Well, in terms of YouTube, how did that affect your relationship in the beginning?
To be fair, both of us kind of, once we started dating, and especially like, I was an idiot, right? So what I did is I met Garnt 2 weeks later. I'm like, how about I just move to England, right? How about I just move to England and be with this guy that I've only met once for the span of a day? You know, he really should have been statistically a serial killer. But so once we did that, and I went to university there, and that's why I was kind of like, oh, I'm there, I'm gonna try and go to university, got, you know, a visa, and then just kind of life got busy after a while, and, you know, he was working for the BBC, I was going to university.
She said it, not me, guys, she said it.
I don't know what they But, it wasn't until years later that Garnt started doing YouTube again, when we were back in Thailand.
Yeah, so I think we were on a holiday in Thailand and I was just bored at my job, at the you-know-what, I'm not going to say the word. And Sydney just convinced me to quit my job to do YouTube. Sorry. And I did like YouTube for a while and Sydney was just there supporting me. And then after a few years, when we got the offer to move to Japan, then I convinced her to do YouTube because she wasn't doing YouTube at the time.
Yeah.
So I guess we just both convinced each other to do YouTube. And then because of that, like, I tried to keep our like channels separate. So we didn't actually collab too much together. So we wanted to grow our personal brands individually. And now we're just kind of like more collabing with each other, but I think because of that, she's managed to grow her own individual style, which is very different from my style, and yeah, I'm very proud of her. What can I say?
Well, just on that, that's my next question. How did your content really change now that you guys were a couple, and how did it really affect your content?
Not really at all.
Yeah,
Not really.
I mean, like I said, we don't really collab too much together. I mean, I show up in some videos that she films every now and again, and I regret life every time. Yeah, so I mean, just recently, so Sydney has this series where she goes to certain themed bars in Japan. Some can be spicier than others, and she normally has a guest every time, right? And so I know what kind of content she films, so she gives me a list of certain bars that would interest me to go to. And I think to myself, what's the most vanilla sounding bar on this list? And I look at this bar and there's like a Vor cafe, there's like a Succubus cafe, whatever, so I'm sorry. And I'm like, I don't want to get too involved in that, so let's pick a cyberpunk cafe. No, steampunk cafe, sorry. Steampunk cafe, that sounds vanilla enough, right? So we go there, it seems like a good time, and if you've seen the video, you know how it ends. Somehow, I go to a steampunk cafe, and I find myself getting spanked. And being given a bib and making baby noises. And I'm like, how did I get here in life?
Honestly, it kind of amazes me that you thought that any of my videos would have been a vanilla, honestly. Really surprising.
I mean, I had hope. But like, what? It was steampunk. I thought that was meant to be safe for work.
Yeah. What are you? No.
Okay, it's a SydSnap video. It's never safe for work.
Well, let's talk about some of the challenges. What are some of the challenges of being like a power couple in the Anituber scene?
I'm sorry, what was the last part?
What are some of the challenges of being this power couple in the YouTuber scene?
Honestly, it's pretty damn easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't know about challenges because
I mean we're so we keep our work very much separate. It's not really similar in, I would say, 99% of ways.
Yeah,
so
I think the biggest challenge actually is just being a couple, you know, because
that sounds...
No, okay, let me explain. Oh my god.
Wow.
We're going on like a divorce speed run.
Literally just got married.
Yeah. So because we have separate schedules and separate, content that we work on, we're like very, very busy.
Yeah.
And when it was just me doing YouTube, it was very easy to like find time to spend with each other, go on dates and everything like that. But now that we both have separate filming schedules, separate commitments, we literally have to schedule in our dates in a calendar. Otherwise, that's likely to be filled up by,
other recording things.
Maybe she'll have to record with someone. Maybe I'll have to do Trash Taste or my own channel and stuff like that. I would say that's the biggest challenge.
Yeah, that does kind of suck. Is like we kind of get our monthly schedules like before the next month. Does that make sense? I feel like that's a words. But so essentially when we want to have a date or something, it'd be like, oh, I'm potentially free this day. You know, it kind of feels very, at the moment, kind of analytical, businessy, but you know, the love is not businessy, is not analytical.
Give me a hand, give me a hand. Why are you making things awkward?
I didn't know what do you do with your hands? I don't know what do you do with your hands.
I'm sure you guys assist each other with things like burnout and all that stuff. Do you guys face much of that because you've been creating content for quite a while?
Sometimes. I definitely when you're sometimes when schedules like literally like bam, 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 like every day something's scheduled. It's really easy to get, for me at least. Darn's better at handling it, but I definitely get burnout. Usually though, what I do though is like, he just kind of like cleans up the house a bit and I play Stardew Valley. And that's kind of, yeah.
So basically you just give me the chores while you do your games.
I'm recovering.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, of course, I think most creators went through burnout during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it was hard to recover from just because how I recover from burnout is by traveling around and meeting friends that I haven't seen for a long time, which is the one thing we couldn't do during the pandemic. So, you know, we try to look after each other's mental health. I think we're very aware of that, but, you know, even then it was like still very hard, and basically we just, for a time, I just feel like we tried to keep each other busy so that we didn't have enough time to just, you know, realize the burnout.
Yeah.
And luckily it lasted long enough for the country to open up again.
And now we're in Australia, so.
What advice would you give to others, you know, to separate the public space from your private life?
I guess set your boundaries, because, I mean, even for us, we have a lot of things that we display out in public and everything like that, but there are certain things that I think we're just on the same wavelength about, where we, you know, didn't want to show everyone everything. Like, for example, our wedding, you know, we posted some pictures, we posted some videos, but there are some very intimate moments in our wedding that we're going to keep to ourselves, and especially for some of the guests who attended as well. For public life in general, I believe I think it's important to have a bit of your life private, you know, for me at least, you know, even though I talk about my life a lot on Trash Taste, and, you know, same with Sydney with her own channel as well, it's really, really important to have something personal that you can keep on to, maybe like a private hobby that you never talk about, or some moments or some special time that you get to spend together that you just, you know, leave to yourselves.
Yeah, I think definitely, especially, it can be easy to kind of give away everything about yourself online, but then once you kind of do that, you wonder like what's solely yours. So it definitely, that's a very good point, Garth. Very good job on saying that.
You have nothing to add?
Can I have some of your water?
You have your own water there.
All right, while you're taking a quick drink break, we have received a bunch of Smash fan questions, so thank you so much for sending them through. Well, the first one is from Patty. I know you want to keep some of your wedding stuff private, but it's like, how was the wedding? Tell us all about it.
I mean, I'm obviously biased, but I'm going to say it was amazing.
It was goddamn surreal, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, where do we even begin with what we said?
I mean, it's a lot of, we made it pretty weeby, we put a lot of anime into it.
So I think the first big decision that we had to make was what music or what song was she going to walk down the aisle to? And
we both just kind of settled on Guts' theme.
Yeah, so Guts' theme from Berserk. And I remember, like, originally we were just going to go for like a traditional kind of wedding song, and it was when the day that Mira unfortunately passed away, I went back home and I was just listening to that song on repeat for hours, and she waddles in and she's just like, wouldn't it be funny if we walked down to the aisle to this theme? And we both laughed, we're like, Unless. And then I think you made a tweet or something to be like, would it be cringe? Would it be cringe and cheesy to walk down to the aisle to this theme? And pretty much everyone said, no. No, right?
What's wrong with you,
Yeah. And then so we let the idea just, you know, seep in and sink in. And then after a while, it just felt right. And then after like 2 months, it felt like I can't imagine her walking down to the aisle to anything else but this theme.
Well, I was like, I couldn't either, Garn.
Yeah, no, I was saying from my perspective,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Because we're both on the same wavelength, right? And so I remember the time comes for her to walk down the aisle. And we actually had to do like a personal edit because she was very adamant on, if anyone here is familiar with Guts' theme, you know, there's like the beginning bit, which is like a very mellow kind of introduction, and then there's like the point where the voice comes in.
Like there's multiple voices, but you know, it's kind of like slight women screaming a bit, and then there's like some like an angelic man's voice.
Like that. Can you do an impression of it?
Like it's like the woman's voice?
No, the angelic man's voice.
Ah!
I think it's more like the Oh, okay. That was all. Okay, this is why we're anti-tubers and we're not singers, okay? But she was so adamant that she wanted to emerge at this point of the song that we actually had to have an edit of the song that we sent to the wedding venue for that point to come in a bit faster. And so the moment comes in where the song starts playing and her bridesmaids starts walking in. And I told her to tell your bridesmaids to walk in slowly, right?
To be fair, they did. They went in right away. Like I did not even. I was like kind of like, what the.
They fucking bolted
They
it down.
bolted down. I was literally like, God damn it, am I a marathon or what?
Yeah, because we've been to wedding before, and they like slowly step forward, like one step at a time, you know, and that's the pace I was kind of expecting.
Yeah.
At Sydney's wedding, they just full on just like hit emerge and just went.
It's like, damn,
And so,
alright.
and so all the bridesmaids came out, and there was like a full minute or two where just Sydney just didn't emerge. And I was like kind of shitting bricks at that point because I'm like, where's my bride? I hope she hasn't got like cold feet at the last second.
Yeah, definitely did.
Yeah, but apparently according to you, what happened behind the scenes?
No, it's like kind of like they first start like when the doors open before like the director of the wedding could say like, okay guys, here's how you do it. They just kind of like were like, oh, door opening. And then but then we kind of kept some of them back. But in my heart, I was like, I'm not gonna, once all of them kind of started going down the aisle, it'd be kind of weird if only some of them went and not all of them. So we kind of started the rest of them out slowly, but it still didn't get to the part where the guy was like, ah! So I promised myself, I'm not gonna go down the aisle to like another part of the song. So I just waited behind like the door until I was like, I'm waiting for that guy, man.
Wasn't your dad like, Sydney?
I'm like, no, Dad, I have anticipated this.
Yeah, and so from my perspective, I was like shitting myself, and then suddenly, as soon as the voice kicks in, she just emerges, and it was one of the most beautiful moments of my life.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was
Yeah,
like it was perfectly scripted, but of course it wasn't perfectly scripted because you purposely did that. But I didn't know that at the time.
Wow.
What were there tears from you, Gunn?
Sorry.
Were there tears?
He was sobbing
you have
like
to
a
cry. Yeah.
He was sobbing like a baby, definitely.
Okay, so if any of you ever get married in the future and you want to do like a 0-tier run for your wedding, the first mistake: do not, under any circumstance, look at your parents, because because I like before I came in, I like psyched myself up. I'm like, you got this. You're gonna keep it together. I went up on the altar, looked down at my mum, and I just fucking started bursting out laughing.
That's exactly. Just even
Sorry,
thinking
busting
about
out
it,
crying,
like,
busting out
makes me wanna
crying.
cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially my dad's face as well.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen him like.
Yeah, I've only seen my dad like cry once before, so seeing him at the wedding and like as I was going down the aisle and him like giving me away, I was like, fuck me, shit.
Actually, what was the reaction when your dad first saw you in the dress? Because obviously I didn't see that. So.
He started tearing up a bit, but I'm like, Dad, if you cry, my makeup's ruined. So just don't do it. Just save it. But so he did until he gave me away.
Well, that sounds like a beautiful moment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that because otherwise we have enough wedding stories to fill up an entire hour, honestly.
The whole time.
Yeah.
Our next question today is from Australian guy. That's his username. To Grant. would you consider doing the wank or soba challenge in a future video?
Wait, wank or soba? What?
Wanko.
Manko?
Wank or soba.
Sydney.
I don't
You're
know.
lucky we're in Australia now and not Japan. If you don't know what that word means in Japanese, don't look it up, please. There might be children here.
I don't know there are. Like,
Well, so to explain the challenge, I believe it's just, you know, like those little, like, soba places where they give you, like, the tiny plates, and you have to finish as many plates as possible? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's, like, the soba challenge. It's like, I believe Joey and Connor have done the challenge with Chris. So I am probably going to do it at one point because I do want to film some videos with Chris. Haven't had time this past year because I've been, you know, busy with Trash Taste and a wedding, but now that things have been clearing up, he has told me that he's going to make me do the challenge and I'm down for it. I'm probably going to fail miserably though. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Garth. All right, our next question's from Becky. Great one. To Sydney. As a woman discussing only taboo subjects on YouTube, did you face a lot of criticism or sexism from people on the internet or in real life? Did you face any issues in your real life in terms of jobs, relationships, etc.? Sorry, quite a loaded question.
A little bit, damn. Honestly, I think in terms of, God, where do I even start? Not really. I mean, like, not really anything, but it's more of like, if people were like that, like maybe sexist or like, oh, you know, you shouldn't, of course, I've gotten plenty of people saying like, oh, you should talk about that, you know, you're a girl, you know, blah, blah. It's like, whatever, you know, you're fucking stupid. So it's like, it's easy to kind of forget about and not really care about because who thinks that way anymore? Definitely I was very frightened of my family finding out because they're a very small town, Christian family, sex is taboo, but weirdly enough, you know, they made me and I guess they were open to the idea and they are oddly proud. So, honestly, of course it is kind of scary in the beginning to talk about such things because people might get a weird idea, but honestly.
Well, I think one thing that you do really well, obviously I'm biased, obviously, but you know, as a fan of your content, you know,
Oh my God.
I think you do a good job in just presenting the taboo subject matter without getting too, I guess, involved yourself in like sexualizing yourself. You know, you talk about these very taboo subjects, but you present it in such a third-person view that I think there's a good separation there.
Good off, yeah. Go off, queen.
Did I do? Is that what you wanted to say?
Yes, thank you, Gar.
Out of curiosity, what is your favorite video that you filmed?
Are you asking me or both of us?
Well, I guess both if you got one in mind too, Garth.
This is also, how many videos have I done?
I don't even...
Yeah, I guess my personal videos would either be some of my, you know, OG Abridged series, of course, you know, Ava Bridge, that's how we met Sydney. But I guess some of the Trash Taste specials I love filming as well, especially since some of the early ones, it was really me going out of my comfort zone because I'm not used to like presenting myself on camera. And it was just a new challenge for me. So I love whenever I go through a new challenge, I love trying something new. I really liked the cycling special that we filmed together. That's one of my personal favorite videos. What about you, Sydney? If you say the one where I get spanked, I'm gonna leave right now.
We should do it. Honestly, for me, I think it's hard to pick, but if I had to say one of them, I'd definitely say when I did SOD Land, because it was kind of the first sort of bar video I've ever done, and I really liked it so much so I'm making it a series. So, yeah.
You know, you've also been to all these really interesting places like a BDSM hotel and all that kind of stuff.
You know.
Is there some really weird stuff that you've seen that you haven't been able to feature in the video?
There's one I'm working on right now. I'll say it. It's a Vor cafe. It's a Vor bar. It's very dodgy. I can't give away too much because then it's like, then let me just tell you the video, but I do have to sign a waiver, and if I die...
It's like, I remember her telling me about this waiver, and I'm like, this sounds sus as hell. You have to do a video on it.
I know, it's the content. Yeah, if I die, I die, you know, but content though.
Yeah, so what was on the waiver? So you...
Essentially, if I suffocate inside of the stomach, that I have to go into... I can't give away too much. It's like, that's one of the things, then that's not on them.
Could you quickly explain what vor
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was in a room full of culture here. Vor is essentially the fetish where somebody gets swallowed and you live in their stomach. Yeah, something like that along. That's a very dumbed down version of it, but yes.
Looking forward to it. Stay tuned to our channel, subscribe if you haven't already.
Click and subscribe. Just do it.
Okay, last fan question today is from Lana to you, Gant.
Sure.
While working under a direct anime company, what work have you been doing to update the views of free promotion and upping the ante on the anime industry in general? Free advertisement could help out the channel as well as bringing attention to the dying anime industry, according to Lana.
Can you repeat the question? That was a very loaded question.
Very
loaded questions. Thank you for the loaded questions, everyone. To Gant, while working under a direct anime company, what work have you been doing to update the views of free promotion and upping the ante on the anime industry in general?
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually a challenge the anime industry is going through in general, and that's something we're all trying to figure out. Right now, it's gotten to a point where, anime right now is way more popular than I ever thought it could ever get when I was growing up. Back 20 years ago, there's no way we could fill a room full of like weebs like this just watching anime YouTubers, let alone having an anime convention this big in general. And I would love for the industry to get more involved with kind of like the fan side of things. So that's what I've been trying to do. I know Joey's been trying to do that a lot with his interviews, bringing more light to creators and everything like that. This is a slight spoiler of a big project that I'm working on, but I'm trying to get my own anime made right now. Yeah, so the general pitch of what I'm trying to get approved is it's just going to be like a short 5 to 10 minute animation. We're going to try and go through the entire process, and I want to film the entire process from my perspective. So, I give the pitch, I give the scripts, and I wanted to film just the entire beginning, pitching it, to, getting it done, to storyboarding, voice acting and everything, just filming the entire process and just making that an entire massive documentary type series. That's been taking a lot of work, so hopefully that'll be a completed project one day. But that's kind of like, I'm telling this to you guys because I trust you guys will not leak this, because it's going to be one of those things where you'll see me in a year, and that's when it'll be closer to the actual time when I will be able to officially announce it, but we're in the very early stages right now.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to hold you to maybe all hundreds of you to keep the secret between all of us.
I trust you guys.
I trust you.
It's not being filmed at all. It's just a camera right
It's
there.
our word against yours at this point.
But thank you so much for sharing that information. That sounds like massive news, and we're so proud for you to announce that here. Can't wait, and I couldn't imagine what kind of what massive challenges lies ahead in terms of getting that up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a long journey, and I'm going to discover that along the way.
Well, I know one of your videos was about taking a break and things like that.
Yeah.
Can you chat a bit about that?
Okay, so that was just a complete lie. So I said I would be taking a break, and yes, I have taken a break on my main channel, but in life I have not taken a break. The past month has been one of the busiest months of my life. I believe I filmed that video not even when I was in Japan, but when I was in England, and that's because we traveled to England for MCM London, and then our wedding, and then we traveled to LA to film a bunch of Trash Taste episodes and some specials as well, and then also Anime Expo, and then now we're in Australia. I have not seen my bed for about 2 months.
I haven't seen it yet.
I've forgotten what country I live in, but yeah, I mean, I knew that I could not keep up my schedule with my main channel work, so that's why I said I was going to take a break from that, because I wanted to focus on traveling and, you know, going to conventions and meeting you guys, which is something that I've really, really missed in the past 2 years. So that's what I wanted to focus all my energy on.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate you having you here. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Well, guys, a quick segue now. I want to figure out how well, we want to figure out how well you guys actually know each other now that you're newlyweds.
Not at all. We did it for the
I've
content.
been dreading this moment. They told us what we're going to do, and I'm like, are they expecting a divorce speed run? Because
What the fuck?
Well, you got 2 clipboards on the side here. This is called the Newlyweds game. It's a thing we do with all newlyweds on Smash. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and directed to one or both of you. You write your answers on the board, and then you're going to reveal it to the audience. And hopefully, you know, most likely you guys are on the same wavelength. You'll have the same answer. That is the plan.
of course,
All right,
confident,
feel free to
confident.
stand for this if you like.
Okay.
All right.
Let's be closer to everyone. First question, I'm going to give it to you, Gant. What is Sydney's favourite anime? Oh, we start easy here. Favourite anime?
It's so hard because our answer changes every time.
Don't reveal it yet, Sydney. We're going to get Gant to reveal his first. Okay. All right, Gant.
I'm not confident in this.
Gant, hold up your answer. 3, 2, 1, and...
Is it Monster?
It says monster. All right. Here we go, Sydney. 3, 2, 1, it is...
Bokurano.
You never said that!
I only read the Monster manga. Why would I say that's my favorite anime?
You've only read the manga to Bokurano as well.
No, I didn't. I want the manga.
Okay.
All right, this still says a couples therapy thing too.
Okay, we're about to have a full-on domestic right now.
Honestly, I'm this close to
I
fucking
remember
leaving
when
right
you...
now.
Okay, so we filmed a Geeks Plus video where you got asked the exact same question.
I didn't say monster to that either, by the way.
You did not say Bokurano
I said
either.
Bakano though, at least. Bullshit.
All right, moving on, everybody.
Off to a great start, guys. Off to a great start.
Just to make it easier, the next question is, to you, Sydney, what is Gant's favourite anime?
Come on, this one's easy, Sydney.
Oh, let's see what we got here. Okay. Sydney, please reveal your answer. 3, 2, 1, it is...
Domestic girlfriend.
Domestic girlfriend.
Don't you dare say Lapina.
Not even close. Sydney, we're talking anime here. I was actually memeing because I said Fullmetal Alchemist. But my real answer is Ava. My real answer is Ava. That was my real answer.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Well, the wife is always right,
Yeah.
so I think...
It's domestic girlfriend, just swallow the pill.
Okay, so I mean, I love Domestic Girlfriend. I just prefer the manga over the anime.
Just cop up my ass again. Just do it.
All right, next one, Gant. What is Sydney's favourite treat?
Treat, like, sweet?
Sure. Or we can say favorite food then.
Favorite food.
Favorite food.
Oh my god, she loves so much. Where do I even begin? Sydney, do you know this? Before I write anything down, do you actually know this answer?
I'm memeing. I'm memeing.
You do, Sydney?
I have an answer, yes.
Oh, you've got an answer.
I'm pretty sure I spelled it wrong, but...
Okay. Is it Vegemite? No.
Never had it.
Alright, I have an answer.
Okay, Grant, revealing your answer in 3, 2, 1, it is!
Well, it's obviously my world famous lasagna. Who cares about anime? That's not where love is found.
It's a lasagna. It's Garfield, come on.
This couple counselling is going very well. Okay. All right, Sydney, if Grant could be isekai to an anime world, which world would he go to?
Do you even know that answer?
Okay, I'm going to transmit to you my answer right now, Sydney.
Please don't do that, please. I'm just gonna.
I'm actually trying to think here. Okay, Sydney, are you going for a meme answer or a serious answer?
Me.
Okay.
Only the memes. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be any direct right answer for it anyway, so.
Fantastic. Okay, Sydney, are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1, what is your answer?
RMO. What did you put?
Honestly, I put domestic girlfriend again. I was this close to putting armor. I was so close.
We had this.
We had it. Oh,
We
I was
had
so
it, we
close.
lost it.
That was my second one.
Almost on the same wavelength. Okay, moving quickly into the last couple. This one's for you, Grant. Which character would Sydney say she most resembles?
Oh, easy.
That was quick. Okay.
Swear to God, Sydney, if you got
Honestly,
this one.
I'm just going based off what the memory, honestly, at this point.
Oh, no, just
changing.
changing it up. Okay.
Please don't you dare. God.
All right.
I've got my answer.
Wait, you know what?
3, 2, 1, what you got, Grant?
Hime Hajime.
I don't even know. I don't even know what that is. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound. I put Kirino because I thought you would.
You didn't say Marin?
Why would I say Marin?
Because that's the most recent one.
Oh my
right?
God.
Oh my God.
We just can't have nice things, clearly. Clearly we can't.
I'm telling Hime Hajime.
I don't even know.
Okay, straight back to you, Sydney. What's Grant's favourite video game?
Are we gonna go off like childhood, or are we gonna go off what? What here?
Let's go recent.
Yeah.
You rarely play games, so it's like I don't know the last time you were like, damn, that was a good game.
Okay, let me have a think. And then, what video games have I talked about with you?
I mean, like, I'd say majority you have, because you haven't played much.
Wow. Expose me, okay? I'm a gamer, guys, I swear to God. I am a gamer, through and through. Alright, let's go childhood games in Sydney. Okay.
Okie dokes. Okay, Sydney, doing the reveal. Here we go. Grant's favourite video game in 3, 2, 1.
Tales of Symphonia!
Hell yeah!
See, I like really butchered the Symphonia.
What is that?
I don't just
What?
scribbled.
That's like, show this camera. That's like Tales of...
It's technically correct.
Okay, guys, 2 more questions to go, but if you get it wrong this time, there is a spanking weapon here.
What is this called?
You know,
It's
you'll
okay.
have to, you know, whoosh at each other.
It ain't my first rodeo.
Yeah, I know this. Okay. All right, Gart. If Sydney was a magical shoujo, what would her superpower be?
Oh, Jesus.
Across that, Sydney? All good? Okay, if he gets it wrong, here is your spanking weapon.
This is a hard one as well.
Anywhere you like.
Do you know what you're answering, Sydney? Yeah. Okay.
Are you nervous?
I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold back, so.
All right.
All right, Gart, please reveal in 3, 2, 1.
Degeneracy?
Actually, it's not far off. I put anime under boob sweat splash. It's like, under boob sweat!
How is that not funny? How was I meant to guess that? How was I ever meant to guess that?
Because it's like a water type. A water type. It's good on you at this point. All right.
I mean, what are we?
All right.
Are we gonna say that's correct or not? I don't know.
Wait, do we want to see a spanking?
Of course they're gonna say yes. You think they're gonna say no to that?
No. Yeah. Okay. All right. Show me those ass cheeks.
We're going.
Bending, please.
All right.
Alright, here we go. Hey! Oh, it is quite loud, isn't it? Thanks very much. Alright,
Why is there Woody on the front? Why is this a Toy Story smack?
our last question today for you, Sydney. You now have the spanking weapon, Gart. What do you believe is Gart's trashiest taste?
Taste in terms of what? In anime or manga? What are you putting down, Sydney?
I put down your opinion on something. It was very, to be fair, there's so many trashy things you think, so.
I don't even know where to begin.
It's really quiet, oh my god.
Okie dokes, we've got an answer over here. All good. Alright, Sydney, please reveal your answer. 3, 2, 1, and...
Bread.
And what's your answer over there, Gart?
I said love for isekai, but she's actually right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I just banked that out of my memory. When did I say that?
Never.
I never said that. I know
Oh
what you're
yeah,
talking
you
about.
never said that?
I never said
There's
that.
literally multiple
I
episodes.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
what you're...
Well, you know what? You're wrong, so you're gonna get a spanking now. So.
You just said I was right!
I don't know. That's where's.
Wow, what the fuck?
Wait, where's Woody? Oh, here he is.
Alright, this is gonna feel oddly kinky in front of this crowd.
So this is very, very weird right now.
I don't want... Okay.
All right. Are you just gonna stand there?
Just gonna stand here. Just make it quick. Just make it quick.
I'm not sure if I should watch
That was like my...
it.
That was like my... Okay, my
Oh, you wanna
waist.
do it again? You wanna
No,
do it again?
that was
Yeah,
that was
let's
my
do it
ass.
again.
Oh my goodness. That was bad. That's like...
Alright, thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause for that round. Thanks, Steve. Well, guys, just to wrap up today, can you tell us a bit about the future and what you have in store? I mean, we got glimpses of that in the conversation previously, but what can we look forward to coming up?
More spanking.
Much more spanking.
No. Well, I do want to do. I think I'm like exploring more of like streaming and more casual second channel content. Would love to do more IRL streams with Sydney because we did one in Brighton. Unfortunately, the British internet sucks, which is funny saying this to Australians, So we would love to do more IRL streams with a more stable signal. Maybe I would like to collab with Hime Hajime.
No,
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
You think you can get in contact with her?
This doesn't sound like somebody that exists, personally.
Yeah, what about you?
A lot more girls' bars, of course. There's one that's a Minions theme coming up.
I'm not going to that one.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But no, just honestly, the abundance, I don't even know where to begin. But yes.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Because we've got so many people in the theatre today, maybe we'll get a massive group photo if you guys want to.
Of course.
Of course.
Everybody, hands in the air. I'll just grab someone over here.
We'll get Woody in it as well.
We'll go grab Woody. All right, guys, hands in the air, everyone. Should we? All right, 3, 2, 1, and cheese.
Cheers!
And cheese again.
Cheers!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the amazing GIgguk and SydSnap.
Thank you so much.
I think we're about to walk off. I think we're just about to, do we, just gonna...
You can take the spanking contraption if you want. Oh, it's you, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody.